What's going on, you guys? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Friday, and I intend on doing the exact same. What's going on, you guys? Now, before we get into today's mess, let's talk about what we got coming up on the church announcements. Now, as you guys already know, on Monday is the Whether You Like It or Not panel where we talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta and the stars Scotty by Nature TV giving you the real tea, Josiah's World TV, Yakratis, Really Be TV, and Simply Sakina. We will be over on Yakratis' platform to discuss Sunday's episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So make sure you guys tune in. Then on Wednesday, we will be over on Josiah's World TV's platform to discuss Tuesday's episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So make sure you guys tune in to see all of that. All right. So with that being said, that's pretty much all that we got for all of the church announcements. So let's go ahead and get into today's mess. Now we're going to start it off with one of my favorite rappers of all time, and that is Tupac. Now apparently the police has served a new warrant in connection with the 1996 offing of Tupac Shakur. This comes from the pitchfork.com, so let's go ahead and get into it. Now, as we all know that no arrests have been made in the case involving the offing of the rapper in Las Vegas in 1996. So here's what the article states. The police in Nevada are still actively investigating an unsolved 1996 offing of Tupac Shakur and recently executed a search warrant, CBS News reports. In a statement, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department said LVMPD can confirm a search warrant was served in Henderson, Nevada on July the 17th, 2023 as part of the ongoing Tupac Shakur homicide investigation. We will have no further comment at this time. Shakur was shot in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas in September of 1996. He died from his wounds in the hospital 6 days later. No arrests have been made in the case, but the state does not have a statute of limitations on homicides. In 2018, the USA Network aired the show Unsolved about the offings of Tupac Shakur and the Notorious B.I.G. Okay, now we do know that they're out there still looking for the person that did this to our beloved rapper and stuff like that. And some people are really feeling like people are trying to get off on his memory and try to make some money off of his offing because he's been gone for such a long time. But in my opinion, I am thankful that people are still caring about it and still trying to figure out what happened to this man, because y'all do know, if y'all been watching me for a long time, you know that Tupac is my favorite rapper, my number one favorite rapper of all time, as a matter of fact. And I was like 7 years old when Tupac passed away, and I grew up on Tupac's music because my mother had all of his albums. So I love me some Tupac, and I am very happy that they're still on the prowl to find out who was behind this, because I always thought it was very unsettling that his killing was never solved. So I'm glad that somebody's looking into it. Now, apparently, during a raiding of a house connected to Tupac's offing, it ended in a standoff. Now, this comes from the Neighborhood Talk. So let's go ahead and get into that. Okay, let me remove this off of here, and we're going to go ahead and look at this video. Let's get into it.
Thank you for opening that door. Come on out with your hands up and your hands empty, please. Go ahead, hands up, guys. Come on, walk out. Walk towards the spare cat. Come on down the driveway to that sidewalk. Okay, you need to stop right there. Stop right there. Go ahead and put down your cigarettes, please. Put down your cigarettes. Put your hands up. Keep your hands up, man. You guys need to stop moving around. Put your hands up. Sir, you need to put your phone down. Put your phone down. Put your hands on top of your head. Thank you for opening that door. Come on out with your hands.
So as we all see that the Las Vegas Police Department was currently investigating a home with alleged connection to Tupac's killing. So therefore, there was a standoff. There are people really trying to figure it out. And like I said, I'm glad to know that they're working on this case and not letting it be a cold case and letting it go unsolved. I think that that's a beautiful idea that they're still going along with it, because I think that we need justice for Tupac. And not only do I think that we need justice for Tupac, I think that we also need justice for the notorious BIG's offing as well. I definitely believe that those two were the goats. Okay. And sometimes I feel like we were robbed out of what these careers for both of these guys would have been. So at this point, to know that people are really trying to seek justice for this, especially considering the fact that Afeni is no longer here. Afeni Shakur, which is Tupac's mom, is no longer on this earth. And we all know that that was something that she really wanted. She really, really wanted some justice for her son. So hopefully we get that justice. And I know that she's not here. She's not here to see that, but hopefully she gets what she wants. So shout out to the Las Vegas Police Department. So let's go ahead and get into the next article. The next article involved Kim Kardashian, as she opened up about her relationship with Pete Davidson and how she used him to run away from things. Let's go ahead and get into what she had to say. Let's listen.
Am I supposed to be learning from this? How is this going to make me a better person? And I definitely jumped into another relationship so fast. It got my mind away from like stuff, and that's not a way to like run from things. It's better to like deal, heal. That's a good one. Deal, heal, and then
feel.
Deal, heal, and feel.
Feel, deal, heal.
Am I supposed to be learning from this? How is this going to make?
Now, apparently, in the recent episodes of The Kardashians, Kim spoke with her sisters Kyle and Kendall about what she might have done wrong in her relationship with Pete. Kim says that instead of jumping into another relationship following a divorce with Kanye, she should have dealt, healed, and feel, okay, regarding her emotions at the time. It's clear that Kim has some regrets about the short-lived relationship with Pete, okay, and may have some feelings for Pete. I always felt like she did that. I always felt like she got with this man to run away from the issues that she was experiencing with Kanye. I never really felt like she was really in love with Pete anyway. I don't know why, but I always felt like she was never really in love with him. And even though it did come across like Kanye was looking like a complete lunatic throughout this whole situation, when he was going through what he was going through with Kim, he did come across looking like a lunatic. He made himself look like a damn lunatic going after her the way that he was, because he came across as a man that did not want to get past the fact that his woman had moved on with her life. So it did come across that way, but then at the same time, she did kind of move on to this man very, very fast. She did move on. Now y'all do know that Kim don't mind moving on quick. She just like K Michelle, cause they think I love them, but I love them all, yeah. I need another one to get over the other one, yeah. I'm like, girl, cause listen, Kim wasn't playing no games, honey. She was not playing no damn games, baby. She was ready to move forward because of all the things that she had gone through with Kanye. You know what I mean? But I think that she moved a little bit too fast at the end of the day. But who are we to tell her when to move? But still in all, you don't, I just don't think that once you get in a marriage and then you go into a divorce, I just don't believe that it's smart or wise to jump into bed with somebody else just because you're ready to get to move forward or get past some shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nah, I think she kind of did a bit much in that predicament, but at the same time, who are we to tell her when to move on? You know what I'm saying? Because men do it every day, B. So why are we mad at her for doing the same damn thing? You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. But at least she's sitting up here speaking about her faults and telling her sisters basically not to do the same thing that she's doing, because I try to instill that in my brother to never do what the fuck I did. Do not do what I did. It is never the right thing to do what I did. Scotty made his mistakes. You need to learn from mine, okay? Period. So anyway, we're gonna move on to the next, and that is Mr. Jamie Foxx. Okay. Now the people been coming for Jamie Foxx, child. The people been coming for Jamie Foxx. Okay. And apparently he made a post on Instagram because we all know that he been in the hospital, he been on his deathbed. People have been worried about Jamie and stuff like that. But now that he's back and he's posting on Instagram, I think that people thinking that this whole thing is giving a little bit of Carly. Okay. So let's look at what the people had to say when he came out and made that post. Okay. Where was it at? Because I just had it. Okay, there you go. So let's go ahead back. Let's go back to the neighborhood talk and let's look at what they had to say. Now, this is what was said. Now, they said that the fans call out Jamie Foxx on his most recent post. They said, "You out here on your Carly Russell." Now, he thanked BET MGM family for and a few great nights in Vegas and that they got big things coming up soon. Okay. So then these were some of the comments that was left. It said, as always, it was a great experience working with you for the last 2 days. I have followed Jamie for years, and 4 years ago, I met him. Anyone who knows Jamie personally would tell you that he never uses a cat emoji. Shakes my head. This is getting stranger by the minute. Someone said, I don't understand why you haven't talked to your fans yet. You used to talk to us all the time. This doesn't make any sense. Someone else says, bro, you almost died and popped back up without a word to let us know you are appreciated. You appreciated our prayers. This is given Jamie and no one IA Jamie and no AI Jamie and no one is home. Then someone said, so you just ain't gonna address that. You okay? LOL had me crying and you out here on your Carly Russell. Damn. Okay, so that's some of the tweets that people have been making about the post. Now let's look at some of the comments on the neighborhood talk. Now it says unpopular opinions. Celebrities live their life by their fans loving them and buying into their products. So when something major like a death scare and you get well enough to play pickleball, in my opinion, I do feel like a celeb owes a simple 1 minute video to their fans. Someone said, come on, y'all, the man just had a stroke. Where's the compassion? Someone said, y'all are so entitled. Then someone said, y'all are entitled. Y'all are too entitled to me. When that man get ready to talk, he will. Let him enjoy his life and get back to his normal. A health scare in the appointment. Self-kidnapping, not the same. He never said that he was near death. It was y'all in the media assuming ish. Even his family kept trying to tell us that he was fine, but no, y'all kept saying otherwise. He don't owe us nothing. Then someone else said, you all need help. He didn't ask you all to come find him, nor are you his doctor or nurse. Please review HIPAA laws and move on. Imagine one of y'all badass kids this responsible. Someone says, y'all swear people have to tell y'all when their blood sugar is low and what's in their 401k and the last person they slept with for you all to carry on your day. Do y'all agree with some of these comments? Do y'all think that Jamie owes the fans an explanation as to what went down with him? I don't think that he owes us really nothing. I do think that he's been through enough, and when he's ready to talk, he will. I mean, he just got out of the hospital. He was just sick. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like you should give that man some time to really get his thoughts together and figure out what it is that he wants to say or what he wants to do. That's how I feel about it because, he been sick, and I know that a lot of the times we love these people and we just want an explanation, but we can't be too entitled because that's why I don't be so entitled because sometimes I feel like when I'm going through things a lot of the times and sometimes I want to take a step back, there are some people that do feel entitled like, well, I want this video. I want that. I can't give y'all that energy because if I do the video, y'all not going to like it because I'm not going to be myself. I'm going to look like what I'm going through. So I'd rather not give y'all that. I'm very sensitive about my work. So I don't owe nobody shit. I got to do what I got to do. But so I just feel like he don't really owe us anything. You know that he's okay by him posting. And like they said, the family did say that he was fine and he wasn't near death. That was the media blowing it up to what they thought it was. Everybody ain't like Carly Russell, okay? Everybody ain't like her little lying ass. Everybody's not like her. So we're gonna need to stop comparing every single soul to her because everybody ain't like her, okay? And that's just that on that, and that's just on period. That's how I feel. But I'm glad that Jamie Foxx seemed to be doing better. I'm glad that he's stabilized. I'm glad that he's out of the hospital, and I'm glad that he's somewhere healing. And that's all that really matters, is that he's somewhere healing. All right. So we can move on to the next person. And I think this is G-Herbo. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Now we're going to go ahead and get into this story because I don't know that much about him. All I know is that he's looking at some time right now, honey. That's what he's looking at, child. Now, this is what the article first said, and this also comes from the neighborhood talk. So the first things first, they did say early on that Herbo was facing 20 years in prison after admitting to participate in wire fraud scams to fund his career. He swindled more than $150,000 from businesses and individuals. Okay. So that was the first thing. And then the next thing was, he's going to serve 5 years in prison after pleading guilty to wire fraud. On Wednesday, July the 19th, Herbo accepted a plea deal that would allow him to plead guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud and making false statements. The potential pleas consist of the Chicago rapper spending 5 years in prison and then a supervised release for 3 years after that. He has to pay a $250,000 fine, a mandatory special assessment of $100 restitution, and forfeiture. No, I didn't say that right. To the extent charged in the agreement. Okay. So let's look at what the comments are saying. A damn shame leaving these women to be single mothers. Y'all saying 5 years ain't a lot. I spent 1 day in jail and was suicidal. These rappers probably living check to check like everybody else, just in a different bracket. Damn, what a sad situation for his kids. Damn, I feel bad for his children. Blah, 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 blah. So basically, in so many words, a lot of people are feeling bad, more so for his kids than they are for him. But he didn't give a damn about his kids. Here's my thing. I think that it's cool that people be focused more on the families of these rappers or these celebrities that go out and do these crimes that they know gonna put them under the jail. You feel what I'm saying? So I get it. I get that the kids are way more important. Now let's look, because he did make some posts when he was pleading guilty. I forgot to put that up here. He said, I just made $1 million last week. I know phone them won't tell on me like niggas told on Thug. Okay. What else did he say? Okay, so that was pretty much just that. So yeah, he was already making posts and everything because he knew it was going down. But like I said, I appreciate people caring more so about the children than the person. But a lot of the times when y'all be saying y'all be feeling sorry for these folks, I be feeling like y'all be feeling sorry for them and not the damn kids. You know what I mean? But like I said, these rappers and these entertainers and these people like the person that we're talking about, they don't be thinking about their kids when they put them in situations like this. That's how I feel about it. I don't think that he was thinking about that. Like, he was thinking about getting money and trying to build his career up off some phony money. You don't get away with stuff like that. You just don't, and you know you don't. So why on earth would you think that that's okay for you to sit there and swindle people out of $150,000? Like who the does that? I never understand that. And then there be people, and I get that, you know, he's a rapper. He probably not making a lot of money, but you got to go out there and you got to go out there and do something for yourself. Do you know that there's actors out there that will work at Trader Joe's for a part-time job so they can get their damn insurance and still go out there and go to auditions and act? People talk about me right now like, I know for a fact that people be like, you work at Kroger, but you got a successful YouTube channel. You interview Candy. You won 2 awards. Why you still doing this at Kroger? Because I'm not stupid. I'm never going to leave my coin when I'm not certain about it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not certain about leaving my coin, my consistent coin with benefits to just do this right now. So I don't know what the hell was on this boy mind, but don't be crying about your kids when you go to jail, because that's what you motherfuckers like to do. When y'all get ready to go to jail, then y'all want to sit up here and cry about your damn kids and talk about what you should have did for your kids and stuff. But you weren't thinking about your motherfucking kids when you decided to go out here and do this stupid But see, the thing about it was y'all don't never think y'all gonna get caught on y'all and that's exactly what happened. Your ass got caught, and now you can't handle the shit. So it is what it is. Like, that's how I feel about it. You got caught up, and now you got to pay the consequences for it. And now your kids have to pay consequences for your actions, and that's very unfortunate. So that's it on him. Now let's move on into Dame Dash, Aaliyah, and Jamie Foxx. Okay. So Dame Dash did an interview basically where he stated that he and Jay-Z were in competition to win over Aaliyah. Okay. So let's listen in on what he had to say.
I didn't look at her like that because she was like a tomboy. She was little to me. But then one time she was, I guess we had the same bookkeeper, and I walked past, and the thing about Aaliyah was like every time I saw her, she looked different. So she had different looks every time, and I was like, who the fuck is that? And I realized it was Aaliyah, and then I just threw my A game. And then, you know, I guess Jay was trying to get at her as well, and I didn't know. And then like it got brought up, and I was like, fuck both of y'all. But it never worked out for them, and we were both like trying to get at her. I kind of eased up, but then we ran into each other. It's a long story.
So you and Jay was both getting at Aaliyah. Obviously,
everybody was getting at Aaliyah, bro.
Right.
She was like, you know, she'll go to dinner with a nigga, but she wasn't going to just be smashing. So that was like the big deal, like who could get with Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
We all put like.
Was he bitter?
Obviously. Yeah, he felt the way.
The true reason of Rockefeller's breakup.
But everybody knows that shit. Like we were both.
I heard it, but I didn't.
Yeah, but they be trying to act like he was like really fucking with. Nah, he was sending flowers and doing all this shit. That nigga, he was courting her. So we were both going hard, and we ended up in the same house 4th of July. So we were, for some reason this day.
Wait a minute, you, Jay, and Aaliyah ended up in the same house.
Yeah,
that's funny.
So it was like one day it might lean toward him, and then it would lean toward me. But I was just on fire that week. Like I was just everything I was saying was funny. You know what I'm saying? It was like, and I remember coming downstairs, like, you know, it happened. He was like, said, you know, this is going to be hard for me. Because he was like, his friends were laughing at him.
Okay, so that was Dame Dash saying that he and Jay-Z were in competition to win over Aaliyah. Now let's look at and I think the podcast was called That's Fed Up Podcast. So here's what the people are saying in the comments. I wish people would let her rest in peace. If it's not positive things about her legacy, let these stories go. They are creepy. Let it go and let her rest in peace. Stop using her name sound bites. I wish they would let her rest. When I tell you the sadness in her eyes leads me to believe that she was exploited and used by multiple black men in the industry, and even in death, they're still using her for clickbait. Let's see. She picked the wrong one. Nah, bye. I'm sick of hearing about this. Stop asking this man about her. Child, that says more about Aaliyah than them, and I'm tired of Dane bringing this up. Are we going to have a real conversation about all the sharks around her, or are we just going to link her to Robert every time? Then they said, niggas stay talking like women are messy, but ain't no one more chatty than a dude that got a woman that he considers to be it. They always can't wait to tell the story of how I got her when we was together. The fact that he's still talking about Jay lets you know that he's not happy with himself. And it's time to go sit on somebody's couch. Dame, let it go. It's not going to bring her back, and it definitely won't get you the success of how you weird shit. You and your best friend competing for the same girl. It's not the flex he thinks it is. The more I hear the more I hear about these grown-ass women preying on young girls. That's all I hear. She was so young, and to think that she was only 22 when she died, and how many men fantasized and sexualized her. It's sad. I mean, we've heard these stories time and time again about Aaliyah and Jay-Z and about Aaliyah and Dame Dash. I do know that people were saying that she was linked to Jay-Z. I know they were saying it like right before she passed. I remember she did a magazine interview for Vibe when I was like going into the 7th grade that summer, and they were linking her to Jay-Z, and she's always considered Jay-Z a good friend. She was even saying that Dame Dash was a good friend because she wasn't claiming either one of their asses for a long time. Then nobody really noticed she was with Dame like time out until after she passed away, because she would never say, you know, that's her man. She would always say, oh, that's just a good friend. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but apparently Aaliyah was the it girl. A lot of folks wanted to be with her, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? But I'm tired of hearing about this. So, you know, it is what it is. I see why people are annoyed. But we can go on to the last story of the day, and that is Miss Nene Leakes and her son Bryson. Okay. Now the word on the curb is that Nene has cut her son off and ain't nothing to cut that bitch off. Okay. And that she refuses to pay to get him out of jail. Okay. And we shouldn't be surprised by this. And I'm gonna tell you why we shouldn't be surprised by this. Because he'd been in jail before and she let his ass sit there. So imagine her letting his ass sit there right now. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because he's embarrassing her. You know what I'm saying? So imagine her going through the shit right now. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go to the article here on the Neighborhood Talk where it states Nene Leakes' oldest son Bryson is unable to afford an attorney and reportedly set to appear in court with a public defender. It looks like Nene's oldest son Bryson Bryant just can't catch a break. If you remember, we previously reported on Bryant's arrest after police found fentanyl in his possession. Since then, a charge has been added due to him giving a false name to law enforcement. Bryant's bond was set to $5,900 where he was released later that day. But according to legal documents obtained by Radar Online, he might be out of a legal counsel for his upcoming appearance in court. Sources tell us that Bryant not being unable to afford an attorney website he has been provided one by the court. In the legal documents, Bryant informed the court that he needed appointed counsel because he was financially unable to employ a lawyer. The documents also show that in the filing, Bryant was listed as an indigent defendant. In legal terms, this stands for needy and poor. Bryant will still have to appear in court later this month with or without representing an attorney. Neighbors, what are your thoughts on this? So let's look at the comments, okay? When you get your damn mind, you call me. Just because Nene has money doesn't mean she's obligated to pay for his lawyer. He's trifling. Nene said, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. I'm glad that Nene not funding no lawyer. He made that bed, not lay in it. And that's exactly what happened. I don't see nothing wrong with her taking the approach that she's taking the approach that people are assuming she's taking, because as we've already seen, she's let his ass sit in jail before. So this won't be nothing new to nobody that she let his ass sit in jail. That's how I feel. Because I mean, if he gonna do what he doing, then he gonna continue to do that. Like, she ain't gotta bail him out all the time. Yeah, she got the money. You know what I mean? Yeah, Nene got money. She can afford to get him out and get him a lawyer, but she's choosing not to because he's a grown ass man. And on top of him being a grown ass man, he has to make the decision to make the right the right decisions, the right choices, all of that stuff. It's not her. It's not her doing. It's his. So he got to figure that out. It's not her. It's him. He got to figure that out. He got to figure out what's right for him. And he knows that he's not supposed to be out there doing that mess, but he's choosing to do it anyway. And like I said, I see a lot of people going in on Nene about what she's choosing to do. She ain't even speaking on it. So with her not speaking on it, we already know where she stands with it. And who knows? It ain't nothing she could do because it's the law. What else can she do about it? You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know, y'all. That's really all I got for this, though, honestly. Because I don't see nothing wrong with what Nene doing. She doing the right thing. But with that being said, y'all, this be your boy Scott about Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And also click on that notification bell so you could be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here. Until my next video, I'll holler at you guys a little bit later. Bye, y'all.